This is Troy Hippolito from ISO Interactive and Return Client. Today I wanted to show something pretty interesting. It was a statement of work, and it has a master service level agreement on the back. I will not be able to give this document away, but I will be able to show that. We just put a lot of work into it. It's a lot of internal stuff, but we don't mind showing it to. We just don't want to give out this particular document. So this right here is a template that we're putting together for a lot of our clients. And one thing the clients expect from us, since we did a lot of work for like Coca-Cola, Xbox Mobile, Harry Potter, a lot of big companies, they want a statement of work that actually looks the part, that's polished a lot like a lot of our work. So this right here is an example of a statement of work. Of course, you have a title, you have a date, you have the information. This is actually the image of our website. There, it's a 3D rendering of the office. Virtual, it's not, that office doesn't really exist that way, but it was done by a 3D person. So we have a table of contents right here. We have the project overview about the project and cost, task, cost breakdown, and then task breakdowns. And we actually break down the individual tasks for individual projects. We talk about the architecture, and we also talk about the actual timeline. And then we have the information about. We have an appendix. Appendix is the founder's bio. That's me. And we have recent accolades, which are things like awards, project insights, particular projects that we've been involved with. And then we have technology and a thank you. And at the end, we have a master service level agreement that we put together. So we're actually formulating this as our basis. It's nice and handsome. So this is about the company. This is not any real information of a particular company. It's some Greeking involved, Greeking added there, but it's information about the client, what they're doing, what the general business goals are. It's usually about 3-4 paragraphs. They'll have a logo there. We'll change this instead of about the company, about the client company name. We'll say about, and then the actual name of the company, And so nice little footer image there. And then we have the project overview, whether it's a website, app, special project, or what, and then what the goals of the project are, and kind of in a very verbose manner. And so these are costs and payments. There's a number of different ways to do payments. We charge for the statement of work because it involves us going back and forth together for about a week or two, sometimes 3 and 4 weeks, depending on how large a project is. These are all mocked up. This is not a particular project. But you will notice that if there's a fixed budget, we'll include a statement of work, payment, deposits, then milestones. They'll get paid by milestones. Alternatively, there can be a monthly payment. Some of the larger projects are monthly, depending on the size of the crew and that sort of thing. And the third is an hourly time and material. So the estimates may look a little different. But you have the 5 different developments, milestones in this place here. And these could be anything, but we kind of put these items in here. This one, Greeking, and a total. We have task breakdown. So it's not exactly the milestones. It could be numerous tasks and the single milestones. And then we actually identify those individual tasks. Usually on a white paper, we'll grab some designs and get some ideas based on back and forth with the client. If it's a WordPress design that needs to be customized, or is it custom design, or is it, an app, you name it. So talking about updated logo, an example of identifying some of the functionality. So we actually developed the flow chart within the statement of work, a general flow chart. We don't actually develop the script in here, but we kind of tell them how the flow of the project goes or components go and that sort of thing. Google Analytics, UI, UX type stuff here. So this is actually UX information. We want to kind of break down that information. So we kind of mimic saying this goes here, that goes there. And this happens when the user interacts with that. And we do kind of a light UX at the beginning of the project for part of the statement of work. And then we have the timelines, architecture. So this timeline structure is actually a graphical timeline. that breaks down the milestones that correspond with payments, and then it breaks down every single milestone there. The next section is about us. We actually had the company stuff before, and we realized nobody wants to read that, so we put it after the actual information for the particular client. Nice, neat, and handsome. We show a couple of the projects, a couple of the companies we work with, and then the next one is more about the teams, our process. I do those graphics myself, so hopefully you like it. And a couple of the main functionality things we do at ISO Interactive, from mobile to web to Unity, the plugins to SDKs, blockchain, you name it. I also did these graphics and built that interface myself for that particular app. Then goes in details on not just the flow of the process, but the individual things for the management portion, sprints, bi-weekly meetings, how we store information, bug tracking, that sort of thing. And then we have the appendix, which is just has my info, not the rest of the team. It'll be too wordy. It kind of talks about my general experience, a few awards and things like that. And then we go to accolades meaning awards, and talk about a couple of the things that we were kind of awarded, and a couple of recognitions and things like that. Then we have project insights, some of the insights to some of the projects that we actually were involved with. And this was really fun, this Harry Potter virtual world. And we got a little kids virtual world in there as well. We did a video production. So we do all sorts of interesting work, had a video crew and all that. D's, the technologies. You tend to want to put down all the technology you'll be using for those particular projects, and then we'll take away the ones that we don't. And then we have a nice little thank you with a nice little image in there. Might give you some ideas. And after we add the master service level agreement, which is kind of the legal portion, late payments, how things are paid, arbitration, who owns the rights to the source code in event of this, that, and another thing. And so it goes through all the information and materials. So hopefully, and it goes up to 55 pages, and this is just a template. So hopefully you'll get the idea, and you've enjoyed this video. And if you're going to do something, do it well. From introducing yourself to working with the client, to producing a statement of work, to actually producing the work. If they see you working stellar throughout the whole gambit of every single task, they'll trust you, like you, and they will actually do more work with you. All right. Hope this helps. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.